Floki Inu price prediction. What is going on? It's a pleasure to be here and show you guys here my Floki Inu price prediction, which I do have some. So I'm gonna deep dive here and show you guys here my exact price targets for Floki Inu and where I'm gonna be selling at, right? Because I do have some Floki Inu. And if you guys like my style charting and everything, you can check out my course, the 8 signals to sell the top. I'll put in the pinned comment below. But let's take a look here at Floki Inu, which I'm super bullish on because Floki Inu, it was here in 2021, right? But it has one of the best recoveries here for a meme coin. I mean, this coin, it's not like most meme coins are kind of just dead here, right, and struggling. Well, no, this meme coin has been on a tear, and since 2022, it's been putting in higher highs, higher lows, and just been in this mega uptrend. And recently, yeah, it got resistance here at its previous all-time high, but I believe at some point, you know, during altcoin season, it's going to break through that. And I'm going to show you guys here my targets. Now, we can see why we're having a pullback right now. The stochastic is very overbought on the weekly. So it's normal to have a pullback. I mean, we can even retest this uptrend here again, which would be a great time to buy. But I believe when we're at the top for Floki on the monthly, we're going to be overbought just like we were over here. And you can see that right there. Now, we still have a long time because, like, we're oversold. We're very oversold. But this can climb up fast as Floki is climbing up fast, right? So Floki is starting to boom right there. This is going to start to rise up. And once we're overbought again, just like right here, you're probably going to have 1 to 3 months before Floki peaks. It could be in 1 month. It could be in 2 or 3, right? But that's when you want to be selling, guys. The same way that we peaked right there. Okay, you can see we got overbought right here. But the next month, Floki went even more parabolic. So it's not like as soon as we hit overbought territory, the peak is in. No, it could be in 2 or 3 months. Depends how bullish this market is, if we have a super cycle or not. So just something to keep in mind here on the monthly, right? But let's go back here on the daily, and I want to show you something that's super cool right here. The MAs, the 8 MA is still down here, and it's going to flip the 25 and the 50. So this is not a time to be selling. This is a time to be buying, because what's going to happen is on the weekly, when the 8 MA flips the 25 and the 25 flips the 50, we're going to start to really move here for Bonk, and we're going to look something like this. When we're at the peak for Bonk, we're going to look something like this, just more exaggerated. You see this right here, the 8 MA on top, then the 25, then the 50. Okay, this is the order that it will be when the peak is in for Bonk. Right now on the weekly, we're still, the 8 MA is still down here. Once we cross, it's not going to be too soon until we start to skyrocket for Bonk. Okay, now I want to show you here my other indicator, which I do have in my membership that I created. This is the Sniper Scalper, which I do believe when we're at the peak for Bonk, we're going to hit the red zone right there, just like we peaked right here. So this is something to keep a note of, but we're going to hit somewhere in the red zone, right? Could be above it like we were right there, in the middle, or the top of it. So something to keep a note of. And I also want to share my other indicator that I created, the fib waves, which helps you buy at the best times. And I make all these colors on purpose. So when we're here in the green, that's when you should be buying Floki. And every time you've been here, amazing time. I mean, this was an amazing time to buy Floki right there, right? And then we rose up, we topped out right there. We're in the green again. So, you know, I believe we're going to break through this, and we're going to top out somewhere in that white zone. Okay, here based on the weekly. And here on the Floki Bitcoin chart, this is Floki versus Bitcoin. Once we get over here, we're going to have some resistance. This might be a good time to sell Floki if you're trading it. But I do believe we're going to break out of this downtrend, and we're probably going to top out somewhere over here, okay, or higher. Depends how Floki does this bull market, outperforming Bitcoin. But this is a very important chart because we're still super low here, Floki versus Bitcoin. And obviously the Bitcoin dominance chart, you know, we topped out right here last time. We're going to top out somewhere in the same level. We're going to have a big drop and top out somewhere in the same level, in my opinion. So now let's take a look at the targets here based on Fibonacci for Floki and my price prediction. So let's do Fibonacci here, which I do teach in my course. If you guys are interested, I go deep dive in Fibonacci in my course. And yeah, I mean, this is just a super bullish chart. We've just been in this mega uptrend. And here you will see that some of my targets here, my conservative target is 001, which is kind of insane. Because that from right here, that would, you know, from where Floki is right now, that's basically like a 10, 11x around there, maybe like a 12x. Okay. And if we go higher to my more bullish target, which brings us to 0018, that's like a 20x plus for Floki, 21, 22x. So that's pretty good gains. And the fact that Floki has a bullish chart and it can do a 10 to 20x, this is why Floki, I'm just growing my holdings in Floki because I'm very confident that Floki is going to explode to these targets right here. And this is the level where I'm going to be selling. And the most bullish scenario, the 618, brings Floki to 005, which I think is a high probability that it won't go up there unless we get something crazy news for Floki. But the realistic scenario is over here, right around the 1011x at 0011 to a 22x here being at 0018. Okay, so these are my, you know, Floki price targets, and this is just going to keep you guys level-headed because there's going to be a lot of people saying Floki 50, 40x, and my most bullish scenario is a 20 to 22x. Okay, this is where, and this is like around where, you know, Shiba's market cap is, right, where it's near its all-time highs for Floki. So Floki coming to these areas, it's basically Floki coming to near Shiba's all-time highs from last bull market. So it's very realistic. And I do think it's a good time to sell when we're at this level right here based on Fibonacci. Okay. And again, you want to keep looking at Bitcoin dominance, where that is as we're dropping. Like I said, this was the peak right here. So most likely when we have a big dump in the big downtrend, that's when you want to be selling Floki, as well as the Floki Bitcoin chart. You want to sell it when it's up here. Right now when it's down here, this is the time you should be buying. So yeah, I mean, this is you know, based on Fibonacci, this is a great coin, a great meme coin, because it's not like it's a super low cap meme coin. It has a great chart, especially for a meme coin, and it has some great targets based on Fibonacci. I mean, these are good targets. You know, 10 to 20x is really good. So and Floki, as you know, like I said, my number one code is show me the charts and I'll tell you the fundamentals. Floki has really good fundamentals. I mean, they're even going to be part of crypto gaming as well. So it's not just a meme coin. They have gaming integrated with Floki's project as well. So, you know, this can really boom, especially when crypto gaming picks back up. So I'm super bullish on Floki. I'm definitely going to grow my holdings in Floki. It's not one of my top holdings, but just seeing his chart and seeing where it can come up to, it's very realistic for it to pump up to these levels here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment below the next coin you guys want me to talk about and give you guys a price prediction on it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.